Good afternoon. We'll start in a second. We'll give some time for others to join, then we'll start. वो 10 मिनट भीतर अभी स्टार्ट करेगा. Okay, we started to discuss on what are the different types of conflicts. Conflict is actually inevitable. You cannot avoid conflict. In any situation, wherever people are working, is working, so you can expect conflict. तुम घरे हो कि तुम ऑफिस हो, बिजनेस हो, जेकोसी you are giving opinion. Suppose तुम घरे, you want to see something in the television, and your brother want to see something, your mother want to see something. You have different opinion. That is an example of conflict. तुम्हारा घरे गोटे टीवी अच्छी कि समस्त अलग अलग देखा किए क्रिकेट मैच देखो किए टीवी देखो सीरियल देखो किए फिल्म देखो. These are conflict. They are example of conflict. And we discussed various types of conflict. Here we'll go through the direct side. Yes, this is related to communication skills. Communication channel we discussed, transaction channel, communication skill. In communication skill, we discussed transaction channel, how people are talking in different state, and parent state, adult state, and child state. Then we are going to discuss conflict. There are three types of transaction, and when we are actually executing, implementing the transaction, talking to each other, you may get conflict. And what are the different types of conflict? What are the techniques we apply to avoid the conflict? We'll talk on this. This thing we discussed when there will be internal, intrapersonal, interpersonal, intragroup, intergroup, there are different types of conflict. How conflict arises and what are the different types of conflict. So when you are having conflict within you, that is interpersonal, within yourself. That means, suppose you want something but you cannot do. You want to be a scientist, but you don't know how to do. You're not in that path. So that is intrapersonal. This level of conflict is within you. So when you have conflict with your friend, that is intrapersonal between two persons. Person one wants this in your house. You want to see match, and your brother want to see movie, or your mother want to see serial. So that is interpersonal conflict. Similarly, intragroup and intergroup. Intergroup means within the group, within the same group, who have so many members who are not problematic to the other group, who are not creating any problem to the other group. There is intergroup. Within your group, you have so many people, you have different opinion, different viewpoint. That is intergroup, intergroup conflict. If something you are creating with a different group, if your opinion and your other group opinion is different, that is in intergroup. That is between the group and group one and group two, between two groups. This level of conflict occurs between different groups within larger organization or those who do not have the same overarching goals. Suppose you have different target, so it's obvious to have conflict. And when you have conflict, what you will do? Your prime job is to resolve the conflict. There are different techniques, different way you can treat the conflict. You can consider the conflict. You can apply the priority, the importance of the conflict based on the nature. And there are so many criteria, so many uh, reason where you can consider, you can plan the conflict. At the workplace, whenever two or more persons interact, conflict occurs with when opinions vary with respect to any task or decision are in contradiction. A common example of organizational conflict occurs when workers advocate for higher pay and the business owners or management wants pay would remain the same. This is an example of common conflict. समझते एम्प्लॉयमेंट चाहती ଅଧିକ ପଇସା ପାଇବା ପାଇଁ କିନ୍ତୁ ବିଜନେସ ଓନର ଯିଏ ଯିଏ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ସେ ଚାହୁଁଛି ତାହା ଅଛି ସେୟା ସେୟା କରିବା ପାଇଁ. There is a common conflict example is given. But whenever there is a team, group, or there are multiple people working for a common goal, there are there is a high possibility of having conflict in workplace, in factory, in wherever you are working, in shops, in home, everywhere. You see this figure, this is a graph given. We'll discuss all these five in detail. Competing, collaborating, compromising, avoiding, and accommodating. So these figures are in different places. Why? Because this is x-axis and y-axis. We have given importance. One is goal, one is relationship. If you are giving more importance to goal and more importance to relationship, then you are collaborating. You are resolving the conflict. It means both are high in the top. If you are giving low importance to goal and low importance to relationship, then you are avoiding, not prioritizing that conflict, not considering that. ବେଳେବେଳେ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ତମେ ଯଦି ସବୁ ଜିନିଷକୁ ସଲ୍ଭ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ବସିବ ହେଇପାରିବନି. You have to prioritize the work. You have to see which one you have to take, which one is impacting your goal, impacting your profit. So based on that, you have to set the priorities in order. Which one to act now, which one to act tomorrow, which one to act day after. So based on that, you will place that. You will prepare your to-do list or priority list. Considering those factors, we have five technique in five different areas. And in one axis we have goals, one axis we have relationship. This is zero. Zero is low, and this side is high. So when you are having moderate goal, moderate relationship, then you are compromising. You are calling both the party, you are listening both the case, and you are compromising. You are talking to both the parties to compromise to come to a common solution between the parties. Avoiding failure when you are trying to avoid the conflict. Suppose something is coming on your way, you don't want to act immediately. This is not priority. This is not impacting you. The avoiding style of conflict resolution is one where one has low concern for his or her ultimate goal and low concern for his relationship with the other. You are not going to lose anything. Suppose you avoid what you are expecting. You are expecting automatically the conflict will go off or someone else will resolve this. So this is not priority for you. You are not talking. You are not considering that. You are not acting on that conflict immediately. That is avoiding style. You are trying to avoid the conflict. But you are aware. You come to know there is a problem, but this is not important. This is not impacting your work. You are trying to avoid. That is avoiding technique. Accommodating style. The accommodating style of conflict resolution is where one party focuses on needs of others and not importance of goals. You are trying to accommodate. Suppose ଗୋଟେ ଦିଟା ପାର୍ଟି ଅଛି କନଫ୍ଲିକ୍ଟ ଦି ଜଣ ଭିତରେ ଝଗଡା ହେଇଛି ଗଣ୍ଡଗୋଳ ହେଇଛି. So you are listening both the party, but you are trying to resolve one issue. The other issue is not important for you. So it's depending on the relationship. Either you are focusing on goal or focusing on relationship. You are trying to accommodate only one party. So that is the accommodating style. You are trying to understand or resolve the issues by focusing on that relationship stuff. So you see, you decide what is important for you, whether the goal or whether the relationship. Similarly, competing style of conflict resolution is defined by one party pushing ahead with his or her own mission and goal with no concern for the other party in the conflict. Suppose there are conflict two parties. One party willing to resolve that. One party is pushing a lot because there could be something, some interest. So that is competing. See, the other party is not pushing, but one party is pushing. The competing style of conflict is defined by one party pushing ahead. Compromising. Compromising is you are considering the goal is important and relationship is important. Right in the middle and figure one, compromising or cooperative management here, moderate concerns of the others and moderate concern of the ultimate goal. That is that places in the middle. You see this figure. Sorry, the compromising is middle in the middle. So that means this person, this conflict is having some importance to the role relationship, some importance to the goals. So you are giving importance to both, but the middle one. So it is a conflict management technique where you are compromising both the parties, you are listing both the issues, and you are actually resolving by talking to both the party and compromising and giving a common solution where everyone is actually satisfied. Collaborating style is one where the high concern of the relationship. So you are very concerned about the goal and you are very concerned about the relationship. You don't want to spoil anything. So it is both are high. If you see the figure, this is collaboration. Both parties win. So this person is this is a very high priority conflict. That means you are actually giving high importance to goal, high importance to relationship. This type of conflict you have to act immediately. Collaboration type, collaborating type is one where there is high concerns for relationship and high concerns for achieving one's own goal. Those with collaborating style look to put all conflict on the table, analyze it, and deal openly with all parties. That means you are giving both goal and you are giving importance to both goal and relations. So you don't want to less in priority, you don't want to low in priority for anything. So this type of conflict is immediately actionable. Avoiding style, accommodating style, compromising style, and collaborating style. These are different technique, different styles, how we deal with conflict. When you are getting conflict on your work, so manager or whoever into conflict resolution, they take all this conflict into different category. These are the category. Mainly we have traditional approach and modern approach of conflict. There is a difference between traditional approach and modern approach. Difference is given by with all these parameters. In the extreme right side, you see the column definition, nature, view, consequences, task of management, optimal organization performance. These are different parameters where the difference is given between traditional approach of conflict and modern approach of conflict. When I send this document, you can go through it. Traditional approaches conflict can be avoidable, whereas the modern approach said, but as per the modern approach, conflicts are inevitable. So whatever you do, there will be some conflict. This is the nature. As per the nature, it is traditional. What traditional approach says, what modern approach. 'Says.  'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. 'Says. Traditional approach says you have to eliminate the conflict. Modern approach says manage the level of conflict. You cannot eliminate 100%, you have to manage. So conflict automatically it will arise. So you cannot avoid. You cannot eliminate 100%. You have to manage if it is a optimal organization performance. Optimal performance requires moderate level of conflict. Whereby conflict of positive side we'll go through in the next slide. When conflict arises, you will have some positive impact to it. So if you see the next slide, there are two types of conflict. Functional conflict and dysfunctional conflict. बेଳେବେଳେ ଆମେ କୁହନ୍ତି ନା ମାନେ ଆମେ debate କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଝଗଡା କରୁଛନ୍ତି because of some good reason, some positive reason. So when you both fight for a common cause, you will come out with some good output. But if you are fighting for a destructive cause, so it is constructive or destructive, then you will have bad output. So that is difunctional. Functional conflict and difunctional conflict. Functional conflict is when it support organizational goals. So you are debating, talking, discussing in a positive manner, and it supports your objective, your goals, what organization is willing to. But when you are deviating from that, when you are fighting for a bad reason, that is dysfunctional, causes disrupt and waste resources and time. It unnecessarily there will be a lot of time waste, resource waste. So it will decrease the productivity, decrease the profitability, decrease the time, the dysfunctional conflict. It will unnecessarily waste your time, disengagement, and demotivated. So when you have that type of conflict in organization, you will have demotivation. बेଳेବେଳେ ତମର ମନ ଖରାପ ହେଇଯାଏ, ମୁଣ୍ଡ ଖରାପ ହେଇଯାଏ. Because ତମେ ଅଫିସରେ କି ଘରେ କି ତମର work place ରେ if you have fighting with others, there will be there will be different mood, different attitude, so that will not able to work properly. So that is dysfunctional conflict. But you have a good reason, a positive reason when you are fighting and you are getting a good result because you are debating, discussing, you are having conflict for a good reason, positive reason. Suppose one algorithm you are trying to find a solution, you are not able to find a solution, you are stuck with a problem and you are discussing with others. Your other friends is also helping you how to come out the problem. You'll have some conflict, but at the end of the day, you will find a solution. So that kind of discussion is actually functional conflict. That is the positive side of conflict. So you will have good impact when you have that conflict, functional conflict and life. We'll discuss this same conflict management technique and its resolution, conflict resolution and conflict management. We'll discuss further in the next class. But these are five things you try to remember. What are the different style? This may come in the exam. They are important. Thank you.